You just committed to BYU. Can we talk about recruitment in general? Right. I want to get to why BYU, where you landed. I think people have heard that part of it, but I want to get into the specifics of Coach Young and what your visit was like. I was there the same weekend we met on the football field. When you ran out on the football field, I was like, that's the coolest thing ever, and I want to hear about that. So yeah, and you mentioned something earlier. I want to hear all angles from recruitment. What was it like? Because it sounds like coaches didn't like you. You said.
Well, they didn't like the fact that I wouldn't allow them to speak to AJ in the beginning.
Yeah.
There was no point.
Right.
You got 35 offers.
Yeah.
Why talk to 35 people? No
Right.
need. When you narrow the list down to 6, 7,
Yeah.
then you can talk to them.
Right.
And that's exactly what I did. Once we picked the list, we finalized the list, I called every single one of them. Here's his number.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. Don't share his number. Don't
Right.
give it to any agent, and none of them.
Right.
Don't share his number. And do your work. Once he picked the school, don't call me.
Right.
He's the one that made the choice, not me.
How did they not like? They've been in this world long enough. How do they not understand that?
Ask them.
Yeah.
I can't answer for them.
Yeah. Well, we'll have to have them on the show and make fun of them.
Yeah.
Come on, I get it. AJ, what was that like for you though? It's great to have your dad who's there kind of as like a bottleneck to keep the craziness, you don't need 35 schools or 100 schools getting to you, but you obviously know what offers you have, the hype that's building. Is it hard to ignore that? Is it kind of fun that is being built up, this brand of AJ is starting to rise? Because you've known probably for years how good you are, but now it's okay, my chance to ride this wave and get my name out there. Was that was the start of that fun at all for you, or were you just focused on hooping?
Getting offers, was that fun?
No, creating this buzz around your name and okay, college basketball you knew was a reality, but now it's the actual process is starting. I'm gonna pick a school here, in the next year or whatever.
It was fun. Like I said, the first 35, I wasn't talking to them. No, there was just no point.
Right.
When I narrowed the list down, I was like, all right, you going to visits? The visits be fun.
Yeah. And a Massachusetts school did not make the final 7. Were they in that 35?
Yeah. Boston College was my first
Boston
offer.
Boston College was in 35, yeah. Boston College was the first school.
But they had no
that
chance.
offer. I got
All the schools had a chance. They offered me.
That's fair.
We just didn't pick them because
Right.
we didn't think it was the best fit.
I had a better chance of becoming a Mormon.
That's a great line.
Hey,
We can make that happen.
no, I'm Catholic.
These guys are laughing in the back. I'm joking. But we can't make it happen.
I'm Catholic.
I just tripled down on it. No, you told me that earlier. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. That's hilarious. Okay, so you get to the final 7. Again, I know this has been talked about a lot, but AJ, give me your mindset, because now you talk to coaches, right? Now that gate is lifted. So what is it about KY, about Provo, about that visit you came on that stood out for you? Because obviously you're being rolled out the red carpet everywhere you go, right? They're going to show you the best of the best. They're going to tell you more or less the same, not the same, but very similar things, right? Of why it's good to come to X school as, a networking thing, as, a platform thing because of their relationships with Nike or ESPN, or they all said similar things, right? So there you go, the same thing. So what was it about BYU? Was it said differently? Was it the experience on your visit? What was the moment that you're like, no, this is it for me?
I think just the NBA staff really solidified it.
Yeah.
KY, dietitian, Wiz, a strength coach,
Yeah, Wiz
analytics
is
guy,
great.
Akash. But that was really what stood out. A lot of schools brought guys to the NBA, but no school has NBA staff.
Yeah. That's the singular goal.
Yeah.
Right.
Had that been a similar situation at a different school, you think you would have considered that? Or was there something additional that you're like, oh yeah, that stuff, the NBA, all the people from the NBA stuff, and this was also really important to me? Or was it just the NBA?
And Utah's super cold in that. I just really want to be in the cold.
I'm from Massachusetts, so
Yeah,
I can.
That's the real cold.
But I mean, I wouldn't know if there was another school that had NBA staff, so I can't really answer that question.
Yeah. Okay.
You also, I mean, last night you went to the Suns game, kicked it with KD a little bit. You have a good relationship with a lot of these guys. I know that you've got a bunch of videos out there talking about the workouts. I mean, was that last summer or the summer before you worked out with all these guys in like
Last summer.
a matter of a week, right? So, you know, the NBA network for you is already there, which is pretty cool. And KY being tied into that, I mean, how different was that to have Book and Chris Paul selling you on a coach, you know?
I mean, obviously it was going to be my decision, but right before I went on my BYU visit, I texted KD, Book, CP, asking them about KY.
Yeah.
And they all vouched.
That's
so I was
cool.
like, I mean, let's see what he's talking about. And they weren't lying. So
Yeah. That's dope. You can just share those numbers with me after.
I don't have their numbers.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I think that's cool. And then, you know, again, continuing on, like, this is fresh. You know, this was 4 days ago. Stephen A. Smith, what was that like? Like, that he's become, what's crazy is, like, when I was a kid watching SportsCenter, like, he was just one of the guys, you know, one of the many guys. And I loved them all. They were all great. But, like, now he's, like,
He's ESPN.
he's ESPN.
Yeah.
Like, the contract he's signing and the views that he's bringing, the pots that he's stirring, right? Like, he makes them go, right? He's just become, I feel like, one of three voices in sports that anyone cares about. It's like him,
And the
McAfee,
loudest, for sure.
And the loudest for sure. I don't even know if there is a third. It might just be like him and McAfee, right? So what was that whole experience? Let's start with you. What was that experience like for you? I mean, you've been around sports a long time, right? Like, you've been watching ESPN a long time. So,
I don't miss First Take.
yeah,
I've been watching First Take.
Really?
Oh my God.
you're like you're an avid, you're a fan.
I was a cop for 19 years.
Yeah.
I work overnight. I come home in the morning. When I came home,
Yeah.
instead of going to bed, First Take.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
I'm telling you. So that was my goal, to announce it on First Take. So I reached out to Kenny Smith
Yeah,
because he knows Stephen A.
for sure.
I make it happen. Waited a year. Nothing. It's busy, this and that. So I woke up with Kenny's son, KJ.
Yeah.
He made it happen.
Come on.
I swear to God.
Junior makes you go.
Got to go to the right people, I
Just
guess.
got-
yeah.
Gotta go to the sun.
I give Jet a hard time all the time. So I flew to LA to meet him.
Yeah.
And me and AJ, we met him. We met the whole crew, Perks, Malika, Andrew,
Sure.
met them all. And then he said, don't worry
Some of them
Pops.
messed up your name.
Oh,
Chill.
that's another story for another day.
We won't say who. I know, though.
So, he promised, he said, I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And to his credit, he did.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's crazy. Like, you had been talking to Jet about it for over a year, though.
Yep.
Like, so it was like, you'd been thinking about it.
Yeah.
And was that just because you were such a big fan, you had watched your whole life? You're like,
Yep.
this is a cool way to tie into, like,
Yep.
your guys'
Nobody's
story.
done it
And
before.
who?
Yeah.
Never.
Right.
Never been done before.
What was it like for you? Like, were you on board from the jump? Like, Steven, like Josh said, he's loud, he's polarizing, he's a character.
It's
right?
television.
Yeah.
It's trust me.
But that can be
He knows the
intimidating.
game.
That can be a little
Yeah,
bit intimidating,
totally.
right? Like, was that a thought at all? Like, why can't we just do this like everybody else? Or I don't know. Were you on board from the jump?
I mean, he's going to act how he's going to act.
Yeah.
So just go with it.
And you had I told you guys in the car, BYU fans are psychos. I mean, there is any school you go that has good sports, the fans are crazy, right? But BYU fans were loving like the back and forth that you had with Steven, where he's going, well, don't you want to go to North Carolina so you can play Duke? And then you answered right away, why can't I play Duke? And I mean, that's the reality is, like, why can't you, right? Like, you said it yourself, as soon as AJ finished the commitment, ESPN called BYU, probably the Maui Invitational, like every single one, the Battle for Atlantis, like they all called. So, like, it's going to happen. You're going to play all the biggest schools. But I think Cougar fans loved that, you weren't going to back down from Stephen A. And that's a big time dude. So props to you. Was that nerve wracking at all to be on that show? Or was it just another show? You smile like it is, though.
You see what I did? It wasn't there. I mean, I didn't know what to expect because it's like, see, you don't know what question he's gonna ask. It's Stephen A. Like, he might go over the top. He might be low key.
Yeah.
But it's like, all right, to be fair.
Yeah. So they didn't give you a script or anything to prepare for. It was just like whatever he's
And
feeling.
he said, you got 10 minutes. You gonna ask you questions. I was like, all right.
That's crazy.